So I just signed up for ChatGPT's Pro plan. I paid $200 so I could get access to Operator. And in this video, we're going to test it out. These are my first impressions. I've never used Operator before. If you haven't heard of Operator yet, it allows you to give it a task. It's going to open up a virtual browser and actually do the task for you. So you can, in theory, automate anything that a human would do on the computer. The first thing that I was thinking is building a website using a no-code tool. So let's see if it can actually go and build a card website for us. I'm choosing Card because it's one of the more simple no-code platforms. So let's say, can you go to card.co, I think that's the URL, and build me a simple landing page to collect email addresses for my new business idea, which is an email marketing platform for, let's say, restaurants. And let's just go ahead and send it, and let's see what happens. So I just allowed notifications so that it will alert me if it needs me to take control or log in or something like that. So I can see right now it's going to Card, and you can see here at the top what it is doing, kind of what it's thinking. We can see it's choosing a starting point. It's going to landing pages because I asked for landing pages. I can also take control at any point if I want. And I can go ahead and just pause the video while it's going through some of these kind of searching and finding what it's going to do. And I'll unpause it when it does anything interesting or asks us to take control. So we can see here it's searching for a free landing page template. I guess I could ask it to do free or paid. I didn't, but it's just looking for free to start, and it's continuing to scroll here. So it selected a free template, and now it's editing the template title for relevance. So it's actually clicking on this title, and let's see if it actually changes it. Okay, cool. So it says I've found a free template on Card and I'm ready to customize it for email marketing platform. I plan to change the title to restaurant email marketing. Should I proceed with the change? Let's just say, yes, you can proceed. Keep editing unless you get stuck or are finished with the page. So I'm going to pause the video and let's see as it continues to. So let's see how it does. It says it is updating the restaurant email marketing title. So one thing that I wonder in the future, how much it will end up being able to do on its own completely, because right now I have to watch it, and I guess it's going to kind of ask me throughout the build or throughout what it's doing for help. And maybe the future is that you have these agents in the background that are building these things or doing these automations for you. You just get a little notification, could be on your phone or computer for a question. You just answer and then it goes back to it. Almost like an intern that is kind of doing some work for you. If it has a question or the intern has a question, they would send you a message on Slack. So maybe this could be integrated with something like that. But pretty cool. So it's going, modifying the text, modifying the button, kind of doing all of this on this template. Okay, so now it's saying adding a form to collect email addresses requires a premium subscription. Would you like to proceed or should I explore other options? So I'm going to say I already have a pro account. Can I log in? And this is something also that I think will be a really cool feature in the future is that, once you have all of your sites logged into with your accounts, it won't have to go through this process. So let's see, it's going to potentially leave the site of what it already did, go back to the home page, and it's looking to find a login option now. It's kind of interesting to see what it's doing. So it found the login page. Now I just have to click login on browser to log in. When you do that, it's going to pop up and say, kind of, this is the browser. It's not going to take screenshots while I have control. So it's not going to screenshot like logging in. It saves our site data and keeps us logged in across sessions so you can pick up where you left off. So that's pretty nice that it does that. So once I log in here, then I won't have to do it again. So I just clicked log in and now I have a CAPTCHA, which is kind of funny that you have to prove you're not a robot, which kind of makes sense. I wonder if in the future we're just going to have the AI agent going and doing tasks, asking you to fill out a CAPTCHA, and then kind of going back to the task. So I'll verify anything with a fire hydrant. I think we are good now. Click verify. Okay, so it's asking us to authenticate. I'm going to get a code in my email. I have the code. I'll go ahead and paste it in and authenticate. Perfect. Okay, so here we are. I am now logged in, and I think I can just click finish up since I'm now logged in. Let me know what I changed. So I'll just say I just logged into card and return control. So now it knows I'm logged in, and it's going to go ahead and start creating a new site for the landing page. So it's probably going to go back and do what it already did. So let me pause the video and I'll let you know when it starts doing something new. I'm just going to pop in real quick to show you what it's doing, and we can even click here to see kind of the history of what it's doing. So it's going in and basically adding buttons, styling it, updating the label, things like that. So it is taking a bit of time to do this. So, comparing this to something like, Bolt, where it's able to create a website for you writing the AI code, whereas this is kind of using SaaS software on your behalf. But on the other hand, you could tell Operator to do this and then let it do it, go have lunch, come back, and then your site will be finished. So it can run in the background, and you can also, I think, have up to 3 tasks right now in progress. So, I could leave and come back and then maybe get a notification to my phone if it needs any help. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video again and let you know when it's finished. So now it's asking for the MailChimp API key, which it needs to actually set up the real form automation. I'm going to say, let's finish with the rest of the landing page, and we can add in the MailChimp API key and audience ID afterwards to make the form actually work. Okay, so because I just want to see it finish, and then we can come back to that MailChimp. So just checking in, it definitely seems to be having some issues trying to remove section content. And part of this might be that it doesn't know how to use card. So maybe one thing that I could do in the future to test it out is kind of almost give it a card tutorial that I've created before as a video, and see if that helps it kind of understand how to use card, and maybe it'll be a little bit better. But that's just something I'm noticing now, is it kind of keeps going back to trying to remove it. It keeps adding this little button here. Anyway, just something I'm noticing in my first impression. So I just paused it. I'm going to say, make sure to delete appropriate sections and update copy throughout the landing page. And let's see how it does with kind of a little bit more specific instructions. So there's quite a lot of debugging back and forth and trying to get it to do the intended task, which was essentially to make sure images were uploaded, the copy was updated on the actual site to make sense. I tried sharing a text-based tutorial. You can't upload videos, but a text-based tutorial to try and get it to learn how to use card a little bit better. And as I'm going back and forth, it did upload the images, which was pretty cool. If you add an image, it'll basically add it to its file system, and then it can upload it in the browser that it's working on. And then there was issues kind of publishing. I had to take control and actually enter in the URL that it will be published to. And then here it was actually published. So let's click on that. Or actually, I might have to just highlight it. Or I can just go to it really quickly. And here's the final result that it built. So as you can see, it partially added the copy. In parts of it, it didn't. It also added images in all of the places it was supposed to add images. So it did that, although I had to give it the images myself. You can see it didn't add copy here. It didn't remove these, but it did add an email form. So that's kind of cool. So as of now, I would view it as a cool preview into the future. Now, this specific task might not be the perfect task for this tool for Operator right now. So I'm going to test it out in different use cases, different automations. This was a little bit more of not a realistic automation. I don't think I would actually use Operator to use card to build a landing page, but I could see other automations that might make more sense in terms of kind of data entry or things like that I'm going to test out. So on a whole, I think it's a very cool preview into the future. I'm sure in the future it's going to do this perfectly. Think about when you first used, ChatGPT when it first came out 2 years ago to now. It has improved tremendously. So this is just the first preview into the future. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get future operator tests that we do, and we'll post them here on the channel. Leave a comment if you have any ideas of things you want me to try to operate or automate with Operator. And check the link in the description if you want to go a lot deeper with no code and AI. We have in-depth tutorials on No Code MBA covering how to build real apps without writing a single line of code. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.